Dear friends, subscribe to my channel Viral Story Hub. It's where I share the best viral stories and trends. Hit that subscribe button and join the fun.
David Thompson is a man of substance, not just in terms of his professional success, but also in terms of his character and principles. A highly successful businessman and a philanthropist, David has always been deeply involved in his community, contributing not only financially, but also by actively participating in various community programs. Yet, despite this outward success, David carries a heavy burden in his heart. He lost his beloved wife and daughter in a car accident 2 years ago, a tragedy that has left a void in his life that nothing seems to fill. Although he has continued with his philanthropic activities and remained involved in his community, there's always been a feeling of emptiness that's lingered. David's life took a significant turn on a day that seemed ordinary at first. He learned about 6 white girls aged between 5 and 12 who were in dire need of a loving home. These children had been in the foster care system for quite some time, and sadly, no one was willing to adopt them due to the various physical and mental challenges they were facing. The plight of these girls deeply moved David. He could relate to their feeling of loss and abandonment, and he knew in his heart that he had the capacity to make a real difference in their lives. David's decision to adopt all 6 girls was not taken lightly. He understood the magnitude of the responsibility he was taking on, and he was fully aware of the challenges that lay ahead. These children had experienced trauma and abandonment, and they carried the scars of their past with them. David knew that providing a loving and caring home for them would involve more than just meeting their physical needs. He would need to provide emotional support, ensure they received the appropriate therapy and education, and most importantly, he would need to provide a stable and loving environment where they could heal and flourish. David's journey with the girls was not an easy one. There were many challenges along the way, both expected and unexpected. The girls were initially hesitant and mistrustful, having been let down by adults in their lives before. It took time, patience, and a lot of love for them to start opening up and trusting David. Despite the challenges, David remained steadfast in his commitment to the girls. He provided for their needs, supported them in their therapy sessions, and most importantly, he provided a stable and loving home where they felt safe and cared for. David's decision to adopt the 6 girls was a turning point in his life. It filled the void that he had been feeling since the loss of his wife and daughter, and it gave him a sense of purpose that he'd been missing. Although it was a challenging journey, it was also incredibly rewarding. David was able to provide a loving home for 6 children who desperately needed it, and in doing so, he found healing and a sense of fulfillment. The experience taught him that love knows no boundaries, and that families can be formed in the most unexpected ways. Emily, Grace, Sarah, Lily, Emma, and Ava, all carrying the weight of their past, were welcomed into their new home by David and his supportive community. The girls, each with their own unique personality and challenges, were united by their shared experiences and the need for a stable and loving home. Emily, the oldest, felt a sense of responsibility for her younger sisters and was wary of trusting anyone new. Grace, a sweet and gentle soul, was struggling with anxiety and needed a lot of reassurance. Sarah, bright and curious, had been diagnosed with ADHD and needed extra support with her studies. Lily, the artist of the family, struggled with self-esteem issues. Emma, the youngest, was shy and reserved, and Ava, outgoing and sociable, was dealing with the emotional scars of their past. David, aware of the girls' challenges, took proactive steps to ensure their well-being. He enrolled them in a nearby school that was known for its supportive environment and inclusive approach. Recognizing the need for additional support, he also hired a tutor to help the girls with their studies. Most importantly, he arranged for them to attend therapy sessions to help them heal from their past traumas. David understood that healing was a journey and that it was important to address the emotional wounds that the girls were carrying. The girls were initially hesitant and mistrustful. They'd been let down by adults in their lives before, and it was difficult for them to let their guards down and trust again. David's patience and kindness, however, slowly started to win them over. He treated them with respect and understanding, and he provided a stable and loving environment where they felt safe and cared for. David was consistent in his approach, and over time, the girls started to open up to him and consider him as their father. Emily, as the oldest, was the first to start trusting David. She saw how much he cared for them and how hard he was working to provide for their needs. Grace, comforted by David's gentle and reassuring manner, started to feel more secure in her new surroundings. Sarah, encouraged by the extra support she was receiving, started to thrive in school. Lily, inspired by David's belief in her, started to gain more confidence in her artistic abilities. Emma, drawn out of her shell by David's warmth and kindness, started to form new friendships. And Ava, supported by the therapy sessions arranged by David, started to heal from the emotional scars of her past. As the girls started to heal and thrive in their new environment, they began to see David as more than just their caregiver. He became a father figure to them, someone who they could look up to and admire. David, in turn, grew to love the girls as if they were his own. Together they formed a new family, bound by love, respect, and a shared commitment to supporting each other in their journey of healing and growth. As time went by, the girls started to grow and flourish under David's loving care and support. Emily, once distrustful and guarded, became a confident young woman who excelled in her studies and became a role model for her younger sisters. Grace, who used to struggle with anxiety, learned to manage her feelings and became an active participant in her school's drama club. Sarah, once overwhelmed by her ADHD, learned strategies to focus and excelled in her favorite subject, science. Lily, who used to struggle with self-esteem, started to believe in her artistic talents and even won a local art competition. Emma, once shy and reserved, became more outgoing and made new friends at school. Ava, who'd been dealing with emotional scars, started to heal and found solace in playing the piano. David was extremely proud of the girls and supported them in every way possible. He attended their school events, encouraged them to pursue their interests, and celebrated their achievements. He also continued to provide a stable and loving home environment, which was crucial for their ongoing healing and development. The girls, in turn, were grateful for everything David had done for them and considered him their hero. They admired his strength, kindness, and dedication to their well-being. The girls also became friends with other children in the community and were well liked by everyone. Emily became friends with a group of girls who shared her passion for literature. Grace found a supportive group of friends in the drama club. Sarah joined a science club at school and made friends who shared her curiosity about the world. Lily found a community of young artists who inspired and encouraged her. Emma made friends with children in her class, and Ava joined a music group where she met other young musicians. As the girls healed from their past wounds, they formed a strong bond with David. They started to see him not just as a caregiver, but as a father figure who genuinely cared for them and supported them in every way. David, in turn, grew to love the girls as if they were his own children. They became a family bound by love, respect, and a shared commitment to supporting each other. As the girls grew older and started to think about their futures, they knew that they had a strong support system in David and their community. Emily started to think about going to college to study literature. Grace considered pursuing a career in theater. Sarah was interested in becoming a scientist. Lily dreamed of becoming a professional artist. Emma wanted to become a teacher, and Ava dreamed of becoming a concert pianist. Together, they faced the challenges that came their way and supported each other in their journey towards healing and discovery. They were no longer just a group of girls who had been brought together by circumstances. They were a family, bound by love and a shared commitment to supporting each other in their journey towards healing and self-discovery. One day, David received a letter that would change their lives forever. It was from a woman who claimed to be the biological mother of the girls. In the letter, she explained that she was forced to give them up for adoption because of her abusive husband, and that she had been searching for them ever since. She expressed her deep regret and sorrow for not being able to protect them and her desire to reconnect with them. David was shocked by the revelation and was torn between telling the girls the truth or keeping it from them to protect them. He knew that this revelation could potentially upset the girls and disrupt the stability they had worked hard to build. However, he also knew that the girls had a right to know about their biological mother, and that keeping this information from them could lead to resentment in the future. Ultimately, he decided to tell them the truth. He sat them down and explained the situation to them, making sure to reassure them that he loved them and would always be there for them, no matter what. The girls were initially shocked and confused by the revelation. They had mixed feelings about their biological mother and were unsure about how to proceed. Emily, the oldest, felt a sense of betrayal and anger towards her biological mother for not being there for them when they needed her. Grace was confused and didn't know how to feel. Sarah was curious about her biological mother and wanted to know more about her. Lily felt sympathy for her biological mother and wanted to reconnect with her. Emma was hesitant and unsure about what to do. Ava, the youngest, was excited about the possibility of reconnecting with her biological mother, but also felt a sense of loyalty towards David. Despite the initial shock and confusion, the girls eventually came to terms with the revelation. They realized that their biological mother was also a victim of abuse, and that she did what she thought was best for them at the time. They were grateful to David for everything he had done for them, and knew that he would always be an important part of their lives. They decided to maintain a relationship with both their biological mother and David. The reunion with their biological mother was emotional and healing for everyone involved. The girls were able to express their feelings and ask questions, and their biological mother was able to apologize and explain her actions. Together they started to rebuild their relationship and heal from the past. In the end, they all lived happily ever after. The girls maintained a close relationship with both David and their biological mother, and they all became a part of each other's lives. David was proud of the strong and resilient young women the girls had become, and was grateful to have been part of their journey. The girls were grateful to David for his love and support, and were also grateful to have reconnected with their biological mother. Together, they formed a unique and loving family, bound by love, forgiveness, and a shared commitment to supporting each other.